Hi, I'm Amy Scherber from Amy's Bread, and today I'm going to show you how to make sourdough pretzels. First of all, we'll start with our sourdough starter. Now I know you're all experts on sourdough because you've been creating starters through the whole pandemic. And here's an example of the starter we use. It's liquid levain, so it's soft and it's wet. This is very active. I start by making a sponge where I mix a little bit of flour and water into my starter, and I'll set it aside for about 1.5 hours. Then I use bread flour and unbleached all-purpose flour together, along with water, a little bit of oil, a little bit of malt, and a little bit of sugar. I'll send you the recipe so you can make it at home. After the dough is mixed, you just mix it for about 3 minutes. It's very easy to mix because it's a very firm dough, stiff, sort of like a bagel dough. And once the dough is kneaded together, I let it rest for a little while, and then I put it in the refrigerator overnight. The dough will rise a little bit in the refrigerator, so give it some room in a container. And the next morning, you can take it out, let it rise at room temperature for about 1 hour, and you'll see your dough starts to be very nice and stretchy and very firm and really supple. Then I divide it into nice little rectangles like this one, so it's easier to shape. And I get about 20 rectangles from a batch. Now here's Jorge, who's shaping some of this bread to show you what it looks like. The pretzel dough is a little bit elastic, so you have to start by making a long rope and letting it relax. And we usually shape several ropes and then go back to them after they've rested a little bit to make a pretzel. And shaping the pretzel is one of the trickiest parts. It's a lot of fun though, and I think once you get it down, you'll be really impressing your friends when you make pretzels at home. So here he has a nice long rope. It's close to 3 feet long. Look at the ends, they're a little bit tapered and they're a little thinner. That helps to make the pretzel come out really well. So let us see how you shape it now. Flip it around, get a double twist, and then you seal the tips onto the pretzel. Beautiful. Let's see one more. Nice and long. Beautiful. So to make a pretzel look really dark brown like real pretzels do, people put their dough in lye. Now I'm not using lye today because lye is dangerous and I don't want you to use that at home. So we do something a little bit simpler. We take very, very hot water. It can be boiling water, but it has to cool off a little if it's boiling or your hands will not be able to handle it. So we take very hot water and we use baking soda. I'm going to just scoop some in there. You can dump in about 1 full handful and then another sort of small handful like that, and then mix it around. It's very hot. Let it cool off for a moment. Swirl it around. Okay, so we've got our hot water with baking soda, and then we have our pan. So I take my pretzels, and they don't need to stay in the water for a long time or else they'll get too hot and they will over-rise. Dip it in the hot water with baking soda. It's hot. I'm burning my fingers! These look nice because they have a little double twist in the middle. And if you want to make kind of that heart shape for a pretzel, you do it on the sheet pan like this. Stretch them out. Go. Plump sides and a slender center makes a very nice pretzel. And there we go, there's a little bit smaller one. Sometimes when they're too small, this part will grow together. Finally, dry off your hands. Slide that one up a little bit. We'll take a little bit of sea salt. We like to use this coarse La Baleine sea salt, it's very nice. Sprinkle a little bit on there. Now you don't want it to be too salty or else you won't enjoy eating it, but it does need some salt to make it taste delicious. Okay, sprinkle with some sea salt. There we go. Now we'll let it rise for about 20 minutes and then I'll be baking it in a hot oven. When I first put it in the oven, I add steam with a sprayer and then I turn the oven down and I let it bake for about 20 minutes. When it's done, it's nice and plump and golden brown. Next, I'll show you how they look when they're finished in the oven. Look at these beautiful pretzels that we made today. You can see some of the different things that we learned from our process here. They're beautiful and golden brown, and really that comes from putting plenty of steam in the oven. You need to spray it about 10 times with the sprayer to get this nice glossy crust. On a couple of them, you have a little bit of a crack like that, which is where the seal of the rope was turned to the top, so it wasn't sealed shut quite the same way. You can see the double spin here. That's when you make the 2 twists. If you do a single spin, it looks more like that. And we have a nice overhang, which I like. I like the pointy overhang on them. Some of them that were bigger have a little more of an open space on the sides, like the air space there. But I mean, they're all beautiful, and most people love the doughy part in the middle anyway. It just depends on if you want to stretch them more so you have more openness, or keep them tightly close together. They smell really good. They're still really, really hot, so I'm not going to taste it yet. But you can see this beautiful brown color, and that color is really coming from our baking soda wash. And they're really full. Let me crack it. Oh, it's crusty and nice and chewy on the inside. Sourdough smell adds a lot to it as well. It looks really appealing, and it tastes great with mustard, maybe a frosty cold Oktoberfest. Enjoy.